Okay, this is part 2 of installing the Clear Alternatives tail light. You got the rear section of the bike already off. Now we're going to remove this guy. Okay? So what I've done was I've already removed these bolts here. Okay? This has a hex head. You're going to need a small L-sized wrench. So you're going to need one of these guys. Okay? Because it's really tight. And where that was is it was right in here. Right there. You see the tab right over there? And there's one on this side behind the bag, which is right there. So there's two of those guys. And now the other two that's holding it up are the two nuts right here and right there. You see another one. Okay? So get your what is this? 8mm socket wrench, and you're gonna work those two out. Again, don't lose the bolts. Now, the only thing holding it together is the wire harness, okay? Leave the brake one alone. You got two turn signals, and you've got your plate light, okay? So again, just like the other ones, you're going to push the tab, and it pulls out real easy. Much easier with two hands. Again, just figure out how these suckers work. You can figure anything out if you play with it enough. I've actually never taken this all the way off before. First time. It's not a big deal. So I want to get rid of this. But when I go to sell the bike, I want to put it back to stock. So everything I'm doing here doesn't include mutilation. Some people like to cut these up, which is fine, but then you go to sell the bike and you got this cut up thing. It's not good. The only thing I'm going to sacrifice are the turn signals, because I want these ends right here. Right? So that way I can plug them into the wiring harness. If not, I would have to actually cut the wiring harness. And it's very hard to replace that, or at least I'd have to cut and solder a lot more. Okay? So I'm going to put this away. Now, this is what I've made to go hold my license plate. Okay? This cost me a few dollars to make. Alright? Now what I did was I went to the Home Depot, I got a bunch of this angle iron, it's aluminum, and I just brought it up to the bike, right? Figured out where it should be, drilled my holes, cut it to length, right? One tip to making one is cover it with masking tape, alright? That way you can draw on it with a pencil, because pencil doesn't stick to aluminum. So I have that. It also helps when cutting and drilling so you don't get burrs and scratch up your aluminum. And then I made the drills, I made my holes, cut it, and it works pretty good. And this is going to hang right here. Okay? And my license plate's going to fit to that. Now, when I come over this way, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the light. Okay. So, here's the stripping I super glued on my lens here. Got a little bit on my fingers. It's going to happen. It kind of sucks. Now, what I'm going to do is, remember this light bulb? You're going to pull the glass out of it. It's going to look like this. Okay? And now you're going to plug the black end of your LED board goes into there. Can you see? Okay? And you're going to pull the two yellow ones out the other hole. So all I did was take this LED board and it just fits right in there. Okay? There's only one way it goes in. So I'm going to plug the black thing in. And I push it back in the hole, twist it, and it locks, just like that. So now my brake light is going to go right back in on the same stock one. And these two yellow wires, I'm going to solder into the positive lines of both my other turn signals. And I'm going to show you that in the last tape. And now you're going to have two little donuts, rubber donuts, going to go here. You stick those on, which I haven't done, but I will. And then you're going to put the lens case right back over where the stock one came. You put the 2 screws on and you have a complete unit. Okay? Now, what I'm going to use in the last video is this stuff. I'll give you the supplies you need. Shrink wrap. This is better than electrical tape. Electrical tape, I don't know. May work, may not, but this is the professional way to do it. If you want no corrosion, no water, you don't want that stuff coming off and blowing fuses. You're going to need a wire stripper. It's old-fashioned, gets the job done. Some metal solder and an iron. And the rest is pretty simple, but we'll get to that in the last video.